Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, and thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to cut it short and sweet. Today, I'm going to start building the Kyosho Turbo Optima. I've had this for a while. I just haven't had time to get around to it, and, well, I haven't wanted to, kind of force this into the schedule. I wanted to be able to sit down and have a few hours to at least get the chassis done well and, make sure I'm not trying to rush through anything. So I have today to where today is going to be basically a day off for me. It's an RC day, so I'm going to sit out here and I'm going to work on getting the chassis put together. The body I'm not going to get to today because I'm still not 100% sure which red I wanted to put on this. So if you guys have done one of these and really like the way it turned out, drop a comment below of what red you painted on here and, help me try to figure out what I want to do with this. But anyway, I'm going to get this laid out on the bench. I'll kind of do a once over of what's in the box, and then I'm going to get to building. So as soon as I get everything built, I will come back and we'll talk about the build, but I'll try to put in some pictures of the build as we go. All right, so let's see what's in the box. All right, guys, so we have the chassis put together, 95%. I don't have any of the electronics in here yet. This took a little bit longer than I expected. This is not something you're going to bang together in an hour and a half or so. And, I wasn't rushing it. I was enjoying the build, and this is an incredible build. This is my first four-wheel drive Kyosho, and the whole belt drive system in here is fantastic. It just so smooth. And with full ball bearings in the kit, it just goes together perfectly, and it just runs so nice and smooth. The diffs are a little stiff. Those will wear in a little bit, once the grease kind of gets moved around and stuff. They're a little stiff right now, but I'm sure after the first run, they'll feel absolutely perfect. I did stick the small front bumper on, and I don't know. I feel like it kind of almost needs that big front bumper on there to look right. You know, I'll probably get it finished with the little front bumper on there and then see how I feel. But I'm thinking the big front bumper is probably going to make its way on there just because, you know, I'm so used to seeing it with that wide front bumper. And I thought, well, I'm not going to run this very often or very hard, so I'll leave the little tiny bumperette on the front. But I kind of think it needs the big one. So I didn't have any issues with the build. The only thing that went wrong was the little tiny plastic link that holds the sway bar to the front arm cracked as I was putting it on. It seems to work fine. You know, it's not really opening up the crack much. So we'll have to run it and see if that becomes a problem. The rears worked okay. So the only thing is weird is this sway bar is very, very close to almost rubbing on the gear housing when that's on there. You know, I don't have the motor in there yet, so I haven't put the gear housing on. I did stick it on there just to kind of see how it fits, and it is close. So I may have to, like, you know, bend that out a little bit. Suspension wise, you know, there's no electronics, there's no battery in here, but you know, I think it's going to work great, and there's plenty of adjustment in these collars. They basically tell you to run the adjustment collar all the way up on the front and about 6 mil down on the rear. So I left, you know, 2 mil up front and took it down about 7 mil in the back, just because I know once it gets a battery in there, it's going to want to sink down a little bit, and I really don't want to grind the whole bottom of this thing down. Now, I do have an under tray for this that I got from Revive RC. So I'll be sticking that on before we run it. And again, this one's not going to get run all the time, and it's not going to get beat on for sure. But I wanted to give you guys a look at it. You know, I took pictures along the way, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, I did not get pictures of the shocks going together, but they're just typical Kyosho shocks. They're the cartridge type, so you basically build the whole piston assembly and everything. The shaft goes through the bottom cartridge, and then the top is all one big cylinder. So you just fill that up with oil, stick the cartridge in there, screw it on almost all the way. And basically, I screw it down to where it's finger tight and back it off like a turn. And then you just press the rod all the way down. It bleeds off all the extra oil. You screw it down tight. And then they give you a little... So this little piece captures the anodized top of the shock. It's like a little plastic insert that you put into this tool. And then they basically give you the parts to make this tool to tighten the top of the shock one. You know, Kyosho is pretty cool about stuff like that. So for now, I'm going to have to call it quits. I think I've got about 5.5, 6 hours into this build, and I've loved every minute of it. You know, it's a wonderful build. I would love to have like a carbon fiber top tray. I think that would look really, really sweet in here. The fiberglass one's okay, but it's plain. I think a nice piece of carbon fiber up here would look really, really nice on this chassis. And the chassis, you know, it's gold. I love it. Anyway, guys, so next time we're going to get the motor in. I'm going to put the 19 turn, the little Orion element in there. I've got a 1064. Hopefully that fits no problem. I got a JX or JR, I don't know. It's a cheapy, low profile servo. I just got low profile because, you know, it looks sporty. And then my Spectrum receiver, I got to get all that stuff in, get it all wired up and cleaned up, and then we got to shift focus to actually doing the body work and everything. So for right now, I'm going to call it quits. I hope you guys liked the little, you know, quick build video of the chassis part of the Turbo Optima. I'm in love with it. I had a great time with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little quick video on it. Everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.